Hello and welcome. I'm in a much better mood than I've been in, goodness me, a whole month, because my account was hacked, and I'm going to tell you how it was hacked, why it was hacked, and most importantly, how you can get your account back and how you can secure it so that you can make sure that you don't get hacked again. So if you've been hacked and you've got your account back, make sure you put all your info down in the comments, because we all want to know how you got your account back. Because to make matters worse, I'm not sure how I got my account back, to be honest. I tried a whole lot of different things and I've got my theory as to what happened. But let's start at the beginning and I'll tell you what happened, how it happened, and how to secure your account. So for those of you that know me, my name's Elizabeth, and my Facebook and my YouTube is called Connect with Your Deck, because normally I'm teaching tarot and not talking about hacked Facebook accounts. But I've been very stressed because for those of you who follow me know that I have free courses and that sort of thing to learn the tarot, and I have a whole lot of homework that you can do with me, and all the links link into a Facebook group, don't they? So when they hacked me, and I became Lily Collins of all people, all the links broke. So I've had people patiently waiting, watching videos and things like that, unable to do all their homework in the Facebook group. So all that's restored now, thank goodness, a month later. So what happened to me? Well, you'd probably all be familiar, if I talk about how you can be hacked on Facebook, you'd probably all be familiar with being cloned. So that's where all of a sudden, out of the blue, someone that you know starts saying, "Oh, could you please be my friend, blah, blah, blah." And then the next message is, "Hey, I've got this special deal." And you're like, in the nicest possible way, find a life hacker is usually what you say in response. If they're successful and get you to believe that they are the person that's your friend, they might try and scam you. Or often what they do is they ask you, they'll say something like, "Oh no, I can't get into my account. Can you please receive the code?" Which is a big one. So they're sitting there with your Facebook account open, waiting for the two-factor authentication code, and then they get that from you because you're sitting there with your mobile and you receive it and you go, "Yes, I'll help you," thinking it's their code, and you give it to them, and then they've hacked your account. So never do any of that stuff. The days are gone of being nice and trusting people are 100% over and gone. So was that the hack that happened to me? No, it was not. It was a big hack in that they actually got inside my account and they got through my two-factor authentication. And when I get to the end of this video, so I do hope you'll stick with me to the end, I'm going to explain to you, because it's a little bit complicated, I'm going to explain to you how they got through the two-factor and what you can do to stop that from happening. Okay, now why was I hacked? Well, I was hacked because I have 3 business accounts to do with my business, teaching the tarot, and also some personal stuff as well. So I was, pretty much set up to be a target. And the reason they hacked me was because what they wanted to do was get into my Meta advertising account. And what they do, which is just horrendous, is they set up an ad in your account, and once they're in, there's nothing you can do about this. They set up the ad, and then they get their software to click it a million, zillion, trillion times, which triggers the advertising spend. Then what they do is they bypass that advertising spend. So instead of that money going to Facebook, it goes to them, which is really scary that they can do a hack like that, which means my account could be emptied really, really quickly because they click and click and click and click and click like millions and millions and millions and millions of times. And then they funnel the money that should be going to Facebook into their accounts. It's really scary. Either that or the money that you should be getting for the product that you're selling when they set it up. No, it's not. It's the other way. It's the advertising. Sorry, it's the advertising. They bypass the advertising, which you would be paying for from your PayPal or your credit card account. And it doesn't go through to Meta, it goes through to them. So it's really, really scary that they can do a hack that big. And people have been known to lose tens of thousands of dollars out of their accounts very, very, very quickly because of the fact that this happens. So, in other words, Facebook charges you for the advertising and the money goes through to them. So it's really scary, really, really scary. And fortunately for me, I didn't have any advertising going. I was about to set it all up. Because my competitors, of course, are selling all of these things on Facebook. And I thought, well, I should be there doing it too. And I was setting everything up. I was just testing it all and just getting it all ready and working out how I was going to do it all. And then I get hacked. So I was extremely lucky that I didn't have a financial fraud along with losing my account. But of course I lost my account. And the hack that happened to me is a really well-known hack. It's called the Lily Collins hack. So my personal profile picture got changed into Lily Collins. My banner got changed into Lily Collins and I couldn't get in. Now, fortunately, they didn't change my email account and they didn't my email address, and they didn't change my mobile phone number. And I think part of that is because Facebook has these safeguards built in that stop too many changes at once. And also, I guess once they couldn't do a financial fraud on me, which was what they were trying to do. I mean, aren't there just some revolting people in the world? If this is a hack you've had, share it with us down in the comments, because I just want to know if there's anything else that I need to know about. You know what I mean? Like, I'm feeling a bit vulnerable here. I mean, I'm pretty sure my accounts are secured, and I'm going to tell you in a minute how I did that. But it's like, anyway. So anyway, that's what they did. So I was Lily Collins. Everyone saw me as Lily Collins. And then all of a sudden, Facebook came in and said, you're locked out, you're a naughty person. So what they do is they post something like a revolting ISIS picture of some ISIS warrior or some porn or God knows what. It triggers the Facebook algorithm that says, you're naughty. That's it, you're locked out. So it's just so mean because they've locked me out. But I've been told the reason they do that is to cover their tracks. They don't want anyone finding out who they are as hackers. So it's a way of them covering everything, or goodness knows. So how I found out about it was I'm in Australia, in case you haven't gathered from my accent. And I was in bed and something just made me look at my phone. And I do look at my phone from time to time in the night. Yes, I know I shouldn't, but I'm on the other side of the world and all the exciting stuff happens in the Northern Hemisphere because that's where everyone lives. And so I just check it. And of course, I look at my phone and I see, hi, Lily, did you try and log into your account from a remote location? If this was you, blah, blah, blah. I go in, click the thing to say, no, it wasn't me, but it was too late and I was locked out. It just happened so fast that I was out. And of course, then I'm just about throwing up because it's my business. And it's not so much that I was selling things, it's all the other stuff I use. My Facebook group, thank goodness Prince Charming was in there. So he was able to secure that. But all my links that I had set up for everybody to do all my courses, all of that was all gone. And I had people messaging me, we can't do the links for your courses. And these are my free courses that teach the tarot. And so I just wanted to vomit. Like I was beside myself. So then I thought, what am I going to do? I mean, I feel sick even thinking about it. What am I going to do? I've been hacked. I can't get into my account. And I kind of ran around the house screaming for about 15 minutes. And then I thought, pull yourself together. You are tenacious and you're going to fix this. It's all fine. It's all good. It's all fine. I mean, you've got these emails coming from Facebook. We're going to delete your account in 30 days because you're naughty and you're scheduled to be deleted. And oh my God. And then, I'm going to lose everything. Oh no, it's so terrible. So I went on Google and I typed in, I've been hacked. And I even typed in the Lily Collins, like I've been hacked and I've been changed into Lily Collins. And up came the Lily Collins hack, which is a known hack. But what I did find, which was fantastic, was this Reddit thread. And I'm going to link it in the comments, and I'll make sure I put it in the description box as well for you so you can go and have a look. So in this thread was pretty much everything that you can do to try and get your account back. So I did all of it. So I contacted the Californian Attorney General's department, even though I think they had been contacted by thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people trying to get their account back. And I got a very nice email back from them saying, we're so sorry this has happened to you. We've put your complaint on file. It's so important for us to know these things so that we can assist our people. Because of course, I've got an account called Shipper2, which is where if you want to buy something from America, but you don't have an American address and they won't post to you, they post it to your parcel locker and then they post it home. And it just happened to be a Californian address, so I used that. And I don't know whether they picked up it was a parcel locker or what, but they just basically said, look, we'd love to help you, but I also think that they've been inundated and not to blow the trumpet of the Australian government, but unless these organisations are well funded, they can't process thousands and thousands and thousands of complaints. Just not possible. And it's all relative because, although America's a big place and there's a lot of money, there's also a lot of people. So I did that. The next thing I did was I sent a letter of demand through the People's Clerk. Now, the People's Clerk is a platform, and I'll put all these links below because you may as well try them if you've been hacked. I don't know if this worked or not. It might have worked, it might not have. I sent a letter of demand. So essentially, the People's Clerk is like a poor man's solicitor. So you can go in and on one side of their app, you can write what happened to you. So you write everything down. I was hacked on this day, my Facebook account, blah, blah, blah. And then the little algorithm picks up all the words in the thing and it creates you a letter of demand. And it was brilliant. People's Clerk, you're amazing. They wrote me this letter of demand. It had, if I don't hear back from you by the 19th of March, I'm going to court and I'm going to do this and blah, blah, blah. And, it was really good. And I was able to put in there what had happened, that I'd had a Lily Collins hack and the links to that. I was able to put my name, my email address for my account, when it happened, all of that. And basically, if you don't play ball and give me back my account, I'm taking you to court. Really, what I think, if I still didn't have my account now, I seriously think that I would be looking to do a class action because there's so many people that are in this predicament. I'd be trying to get, everybody together and trying to take Facebook to court as a group to get our accounts back because, man, oh man. So then there was so I tried that. Then I went to the Australian Ombudsman. So the Australian Small Business Ombudsman. If you're Australian, I think this is a really good pathway to go down. And if you're in other parts of the world, if you've got a small business ombudsman, reach out to them. I will put the link to the Australian one, but they were fantastic. They were fantastic. They got onto it straight away. They gave me a form to fill out. I had to say what my email address was, what the name on my account, what happened, everything. I filled all that out and I sent it to them. They got back to me and said, Elizabeth, it'll be slow to get back to you, but we're on it and we've sent it through to the Facebook team that essentially has to talk to the Ombudsman, because if they don't, just like when all the privacy stuff happened and Mark Zuckerberg had to come and sit in the Australian Parliament and explain to the Prime Minister why Australian citizens had had their privacy compromised, they'd haul them in again. So it's one thing about Australia. People talk about Australia being a nanny country because we do have a lot of regulation. At the same time, man, oh man, do they go in and, anyway. So I really think that perhaps that was what got my account back. I don't know. Anyway, I also tried, and you may ask this, why didn't you just message Facebook? Well, I didn't just message Facebook because they put me in an endless loop of click on this and you can get your account back. Oh no, you're naughty. You've done something naughty that's caused your account to be disabled. We're not going to give you your account back. So I was not happy about that. Round and around and around and around I went. And then I tried every single email address I could find for Facebook. I tried everything. Nothing, no response, not even an acknowledgement they'd received my email, which is just appalling. So that didn't work. So then I thought, what am I going to do? I'm sitting there, I've got, nothing's happened, I'm desperate. And I'm one of these people, I'm a bit like a terrier. Once I get something, I don't let go. So I thought, what else can I do? So I contacted a white hat hacker. Now I know you're all saying, Elizabeth, don't go to hackers. Well, I did. And this hacker is a genuine white hat hacker. He's an actual proper person. And it was actually funny. Prince Charming came into the video with me, like the video conference with me to speak to the hacker. And he said to me, he's not really a hacker. He's more like an administrator or a person that's just on top of social media, if that makes sense, and how to do things rather than being an actual hacker that's going to hack in. And what he suggested was go down the Oculus pathway. So the Oculus pathway is where you buy one of those stupid Meta headsets and then you contact the Oculus customer service, which will give you a human to speak to rather than an endless loop of we're not going to help you. And the Oculus people are supposed to then, or the Meta people are supposed to put you in contact with a human at Facebook and you can get your account back. And many people had been successful with this. Now, I had read that it probably wouldn't work, but I thought, look, I'm going to get the Meta person to do it, the hacked.com person to do it for me and see if they can get in. Well, to date, there's been no success. And of course, I've written to them and said, thanks, but I've got my account back. So all that, I don't know whether they would have eventually got me in or not. But the few times that I sat with Sam Giraj as he tried to get me back in and speak to the Meta customer service, it was pretty disgusting what went on. They've clearly been told, do not help anyone from Facebook. But not only that, the first person we spoke to, now maybe it was her first day on the job, I don't know, but she sent us to a page for help that was not even affiliated with Facebook. In fact, the profile image on that page was of minions. Like, what is that? So that was very interesting. So I have the transcript of that particular conversation, Facebook, if you'd like to challenge me on it. So that really didn't work. And it wasn't my white hat hacker's fault. It was just, and he had messaged me after that saying he'd got other people in, and I don't doubt he was telling me the truth, and he was continually trying, and it wasn't costing me any more other than I think the second phone call that I paid with him, and each one was around about $75. So we're not talking about lots of money. One thing I would not recommend you do is go into Facebook, into a Facebook group where you will see them have a Facebook group that looks like it's affiliated with Facebook, and you will have people in there claiming that they are in subordination with Facebook or with Meta, saying that they are former staff members or they've got a contact with staff in there, and for, $200 they'll get you back in, because people are getting scammed time and time and time again from doing that. Don't do that. So I'll put the link to hack.com, but with a proviso that they tried for me using the Oculus pathway and it didn't work. So I got my account back, and I'll tell you how I got my account back. So meanwhile, I'm panicking that they have deleted everything because they're saying, 30 days time, everything's going to be deleted. I'm panicking. They're going to delete everything. My business account that's got 7,500 followers, the whole lot. Well, they don't. They don't do that. And today I got an email from them. Facebook. The email's from security@facebook.com. I'm thinking, oh my God, they're going to hack me again. So I Googled the email address, and this is a good way to check if something's a scam before you click on it. Google the information on the inside. Type in Meta, Facebook security, what's the email ID? All of that stuff to check it because it's all over the web. If it's a hack, it's all over the web. You won't be the first one. So it said it was legitimate, and the first response that came up was Facebook, and then there was another article from another quite legitimate company explaining that it was a Facebook and blah, blah, blah. So I thought, you know what, I've got nothing to lose. So I clicked on it, and lo and behold, it took me through the process of resetting up my account. I didn't actually even have to give an alternative email address or anything. I received a code through my mobile phone. I put that in and I was back in again. And like magic, everything just restored. It was just uncanny. I went into my emails. I went into my Facebook page. That's my members page. I clicked on all the links, and sure enough, everything that was in the Facebook groups all hooked up again like nothing ever happened. And the thing that's most annoying is they wrote that email like, 30 days ago, it appears that your account was hacked. Oh, here's a link to reset it. Like, we're doing you an enormous favour. And the thing that's so annoying is I don't know what worked. Was it the Ombudsman that triggered this email? Was it my letter through the People's Clerk? I don't know. Or was it just Facebook 30 days later sending me a reset email on the off chance that I'm a genuine person, because it's cheaper to just send those out than it is to have a person manage it. Like, I'm that skeptical of them. And man, oh man, you know how I was thinking of spending money with them and doing some actual advertising? I don't trust them. So Facebook, there you go. I don't trust you. And I was going to spend quite a bit of money with you doing ads, and you wonder why you're not making money like you were. Well, it's one of those things where you do it to enough little guys like me, and I'm by no means a huge influencer. You do it to enough people, it all adds up. And then they start talking about it, and you wonder why there's so many people on the internet that talk about how much they despise Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg. They don't, they use the word hate, despise, and all the other words they can think of. Well, now I know why. All right. So, if you get your account back, and I really want to know if you do, comments, please, lots of comments about what's happening to you, because even as this video goes through the news feed, you just might get somebody read the comments and give you a response that helps you. But please, please, please do not, in all your desperation, do not succumb to hackers. Please do not go to somebody unless you feel really confident that, they're going to be able to help you. Do not give them money first and then hope for help, because there's so many scammers out there preying on desperation that it's not funny. Please try all the other pathways first, and please wait 30 days, because I'm telling you, this email has come through to me from Facebook almost exactly to the 30 days since I got locked out. So I'm not at all convinced that they haven't put something in place that's just an email that's going to come out to you to let you back in again. So there's that. So how do you secure your account? This is really, really important. Now, I was vulnerable because I have a business account. They thought they could make money out of me. They thought they could bypass goodness knows what and funnel money from my account into their account using the Facebook advertising. I mean, how insecure is that? Thanks, Facebook. And thank goodness it didn't happen to me, because that would have been really bad if I'd had a financial fraud. I just would have lost it. So anyway, what do you need to do? Well, I had two-factor authentication set up on my account. So I thought I was secure. So if you've set up your two-factor authentication for a code to go into your mobile phone, into your email, or both, they can bypass that. I don't know how they do it. I found a video that I'm going to watch, and if it's any good, I'll put a link to it in my description box and in the comments that explains how they get past it. Because I don't know how they did it, because I didn't get anything, nothing, until it was too late that they actually had my account. So that's useless. You need to have it there. For example, where Facebook wanted to help me get back into my account, it's important for you to have it there. And it is part of setting up your two-factor authentication as a secondary process that you can use if the primary one fails. But what you really need to be using is an external authentication app, something like Authy or Google Authenticate. You need to be using those because what happens is you go to log in, you put your password in, and that'll pop up with, please use your Authenticator app and put the numbers in that are in the Authenticator app. So you go into your phone, you open the Authenticator app, inside will be the apps, these programs that you've set up, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, whatever. You put that little six-digit code in, and it keeps renewing all the time. So if you're a bit slow to put it in, you need to wait for the next one to come up to put it in. So it means the hackers can't get a handle on the code that they need to get in. And for goodness sake, never share that with anybody else. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. That's your code to get into your account. You know it's your account, and it's in your authenticating app. So with your two-factor, when you set it up, you're going to have your email, you're going to have your mobile phone, and you're going to have this authenticating app. And that seems to be the only way that you can, at the moment, secure your account so the hackers can't get in. Now, there are some other things you can do. The one thing that I didn't do with my main Facebook account was I used an email address that I use for my business that's out there. And I have a really sneaky feeling that they guessed which one I was using. So I would strongly recommend, whether you are using, what's it called? Not Hotmail anymore. Outlook, or you're using Gmail like I do, or whatever, that you set up an email address for that particular social media account that you don't use for anything else. And I have one for every single one of my social media accounts. So every single social media account has a different email address. Yes, I know it's a pain. And what I do is I've set them all up in my mobile phone. And so I can click all mail and I see all my mail. So I don't have to look at each one individually. So I can see all my mail in my mobile phone. So you have a separate password and a separate email address for every single social media account. This actually saved me because, of course, I've got my business accounts on Facebook that are attached to my personal account that got hacked, but I've also got Instagram accounts that match the business accounts. If I had connected them, which Meta wants you to do, they'd have hacked all of it and they'd have locked me out of all of it. Because I said, no, I don't want them connected, because I have a different login for every single one and different password, they couldn't hack me properly. They could only get into my personal account. Now, I wasn't able to set up different email addresses for all my business pages because they're all attached to my personal account. But I can tell you, I've changed my email address on my Facebook personal account to an email address I don't use for anything else, so nobody can guess it. So that's a really important thing to think about doing. If you only have a personal Facebook account, you are not such a target for the sort of hacking I've had. But having said that, if it was me having been through it, because you lose all, like I had lost videos of my dad and he's passed away, things like that. I was so upset about. So you don't want to lose your account. And there's just really shit people out there who do this sort of crap and just have no sense of karma or anybody else other than themselves. So I would secure my account. I would get an external authenticating app and use it for anything that you can. Have a separate email address and have a separate password. In fact, the best thing you can do is get a password locker, like 1Password. I love 1Password. No, they're not sponsoring this video. I've used them for ages. They're wonderful. To generate you an encrypted password that's harder to guess and lock everything down that way, if I were you. If you have a business account, hightail it now and lock it down. Lock it down, again, as I said, a new email address that you only use for that social media account and that you do not publicize anywhere, an encrypted password, and an external authenticating app like Authy or Google Authenticate. Oh, I feel so much better having talked about all of that. I hope it's helped you. If you're really stuck or you have any questions, please put them down in the comments, because if I can't answer them, I'm sure as this video goes through the newsfeed, somebody else will answer them for you and help you to get access to your account. And please, please, hackers be gone. If you're going to put your stupid crap on my comments, if I can get to it, I'm going to delete it. Anybody that says to you, if you pay me this much, I'll get you into your account, please don't do it, because they'll take your money. And there are people online who are talking about having done this 2 and 3 and 4 times and lost hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars trying to get into their account. I have to believe that eventually Facebook will have to address this because it's so huge what's happened. Something I didn't mention is in Australia and New Zealand, they are rolling out their Meta verified thingy, which I couldn't see on my account because I thought I'll open a new account, I'll get myself Meta verified, I'll pay for a person and then I'll cry to them to fix the other account. But I couldn't make it work in my new Facebook account that I opened to tide me over while I tried to get the old one back. But eventually that will be being rolled out over the world. But having said that, do I feel inclined to give them 20 Australian dollars a month to have a person when my experience of the Meta people with the Oculus was to send me to a hacker account, like to send me to that page that had nothing to do with Facebook? I mean, it just doesn't make me feel inspired to give them any money. And certainly if the back of their platform is so hackable and their 2-factor is so hackable and they haven't told anybody because they haven't, because I would have heard about it, I don't feel inclined to give them anything. I've got my account back now. I feel it's secured, and I don't feel inclined to give them a thing. So leave me a comment. Let's get this going through the newsfeed. I'm so proud of you if you listened to the whole thing as I've gone through. If you've got any questions, of course, ask me, because I know what it feels like to lose your Facebook account. And I am hoping that this video is going to help people get their accounts back if they follow what I've been doing. So take care, everybody. And of course, if you'd like to learn the tarot, please subscribe to my channel, because this is not my usual content, of course. But I'm going to undertake that when things happen to me, I am going to share more and more with you. And I do have another video coming. I was actually plagiarized. I had someone copy all my work and what I did about that. And I had quite an unexpected result. So I'm going to be sharing that as well. So take care, everybody, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.